What do we have over here? I think there is an Eric.
Hi, I'm
That's the
Eric.
one. And there's an Alex.
Hi.
And there's a Kurt.
Hi.
And breaking our streak of 4-letter first names, there's a Joe. Joe's?
Actually, his name does have 4 first letters.
Is there the H at the end
4
of that?
first letters?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
4
getting
first letters.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could be. You could call me Joey if you. No, you can't call me Joey.
Yeah, we
No.
can.
People call it.
That's even like your nickname is Joey. You came up with that. You can't give us a hard time over that.
I did not come up with that. My parents came up with that.
Well, there you go.
My parents can still call me that, but you can't.
Do your parents
I
call
think
you
I can
that?
call you whatever I
My
want,
parents do call me
Joey.
that. Yeah.
That just seems
What are you
weird.
gonna do about it?
How
Huh?
about you? I'm gonna dance. Is the stream working? Has anyone checked if it's
Yes,
actually
the
working?
stream is
I,
working.
I
Stream
do
is good.
see you and
Fuck.
Dicey Dungeons
Good.
slash screen.
That's basically what you're supposed to
I
see.
gotta stop paying attention to the stream and start paying attention to Destiny 2 because I died and lost some motes, which is bad because I'm trying to finish a quest
So
that
now
I can
you're
only
less
complete
dense.
by not losing motes.
All right. Well, we're not here to
Yeah.
talk about moats and Destiny.
We're talking
not,
about
Aren't we?
dicing and dungeons.
Dicing
Sure.
and dungeons. Like the little sword this guy's got here. That's for dicing.
Hey, there's a high value target by me, Eric. Sorry, continue talking about dice.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Dicey Dungeons. I'm just gonna hop in for a second with this warrior guy, show you how the game works, and then we'll do like a real challenge.
Is the warrior guy,
that
the
'cause
blue
the-
dye with the big sword and the scar over his eye?
Oh,
Oh, sorry, the scar over one of his pips, I guess, really would be.
Now,
When you
I just want to
that-
say that I tried to get you to play this game like a year and a half ago when it was like early access flash game, and you were like, I'm not really feeling it. I don't really like it.
I didn't like it that much because it was broken.
What?
It's almost like they can improve games in early access.
No way. It was great back then too.
It was
pretty
alright,
much the
but,
same
like,
game.
Well, it was broken because when
I
I tried
played
playing
it in
as
early
the
access as
engineer,
well,
I
and
got
I thought
like
it was
halfway
good.
through the first round and I had no cards left because I was constantly getting rid of them and the game wasn't giving me more.
Oh.
So I don't know. It was alright. It was a cool proof of concept. It's now a really super fun game. For anyone who hasn't played this game, you've got these cards here, and they're kind of like your deck, except that you don't shuffle them. They're the same every time you start playing. Each card will accept dice, but sometimes they'll have restrictions on what kind of dice you can put in. But in this case, it's just drop a number here and do that much damage. I got 6s, so that's good. If I
Yes,
didn't
the
have
warrior
6s,
is like a very simple character, and some of the other characters get very crazy, weird with the.
yeah,
like,
I'm
they're
going to
very
show one off
powerful
in
in
just a minute.
specific situations, but they are not. It is difficult to like roll properly. But then, like a lot of them have like weird re-roll conditions, and
Well, why are you beating up the cat from Gato Roboto? Is what I want to
Because
know.
he's a jerk. He doesn't want me to win, become the strongest die in the world. Also, this game uses die and dice interchangeably, and it drives me crazy.
That will drive me crazy as well.
So the warrior has a special ability. He can re-roll his die. I keep getting 6s for some reason. Doesn't matter. I've only got one ability. So for now, we're just dropping our highest die possible into our sword slot and doing damage. And
also it might be worth mentioning also that this is a creation of Terry Kavanagh,
yeah,
who is the creator of
Favorite of the
BBB,
stream. Terry
BBB.
Gilman.
DVV,
Yeah, that's a great game.
which
Super
is a great
Hexagon
game, and
also.
also Super Hexagon, and
Not
also
a great
like
It is a great game.
Super Hexagon is pretty dope.
It's great at making me angry.
But also
doesn't
like
that game
Rad
feature
soundtrack.
the soothing voice of Jen Frank?
I believe she
Is it?
spends her time mocking you.
I didn't
But
know
also
that
a
much.
fantastic soundtrack.
Yes, I do recall that being. I think I actually listened to the soundtrack more than I have ever played the game.
Well, I got good news for you, Joe. This game also has a really good soundtrack by the same person.
Same person.
No, I
yeah.
can't turn it on though, because otherwise you'll echo.
Well, you know what you can do is you go to Bandcamp and put on the song "Fighting Chance" and thank me later,
Chip
Okay.
Zell.
because that's a hell of a song.
yes, Chipzilla.
Oh, I get it.
She was the
Fighting
one that she
Chance.
did the. She kind of made her name with all the weird Game Boy things she was doing, where she had like a bunch of Game Boys hooked up, and then made crazy
hmm
dance music with Game Boys.
Yeah, well, she decided to make some kind of weird throwback. It sounds like, I don't know, game show chiptune drum and bass, basically.
Okay.
It's
Those
a
are
little,
3 words.
It's a little hard to
That's
parse.
just much
four.
more than
I
three.
mean, I was say I feel like that's more than 3 words, but
Game show, drum, and bass. Chip
chip tune.
6.
Yes, many words.
So if you count each every other word, then yes, it's 3 words.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to
Just
get
mean
to a chest so I can show you what equipment does, and then we'll switch out to a cool character. Alright, so the warrior is your basic guy. He's got a sword.
Making the warriors sad.
Well, he's a little basic. I made a level, so now I get an extra die every time I roll, which is pretty cool. I found a chest, and inside is a claw. So this one has a maximum number of 3, so you can't do more than 3 damage. And you also add poison. That's cool. The more cards you get, the more you can kind of customize what you have every time you go into a fight. They can take up 1 or 2 slots, so it can be really nice to have compact stuff. And as you upgrade them too, you can upgrade your cards during the dungeon, and they'll either get more powerful, or in some cases, they'll get smaller, which I think is a pretty cool feature. So you can just have more stuff equipped. And so that's how like most of the classes play. And now we're going to abandon this, and if I can find out how. That's the title. And we're going to play one of the weird classes. So do you guys want to be a robot or a witch?
Which one's
Witch.
weirder?
They're both pretty weird.
I'm not a witch. I'm your wife.
I'm not sure I want to be that anymore.
Which it is. Alright, I like the witch a lot.
What do we burn apart from witches? guys?
Humpadink,
More witches.
humpadink, humpadink, humpadink.
Alright,
Very
so
small rocks.
let's go deal with this
Gravy.
hot here. Okay, so the witch is a totally different kettle of fish. She's got a spell book that has 6 spell slots in it, and if you have a die that matches one of these spell slots, you can drop it on the spell book and it will create a card that you can use like later on in the match. So for example, I got now Infliction, do 3 damage, or Cauldron, do 1 damage, get a new die, so I could always do that. Let's do 3 damage with this guy, and we'll do 1 damage here, and we'll get another die. We got a 2. So now I can just drop this on the spellbook and get another Infliction, which I can put here. So the witch is interesting in that she can use kind of any number of dice. The more dice she has, you can just kind of keep creating new spells, and kind of, you eventually start replacing the ones that you have here. And so you can kind of go through any amount of stuff you want. But you have to kind of unlock them first. So if she starts out the first round with kind of nothing available, and then gets kind of better as the fight goes on. Also, you can throw dice if she has useless dice.
So what impact does like you have infliction does 3 damage.
Yep.
Does it matter how many pips are on the die when you put it in that slot, or just the pips only count for what spells you can use, and then
It
putting a
depends on
die
the
in there just
spells.
does 3 damage?
So the spells can be very different. So
Depends on,
infliction is one that doesn't care what your number is, but a lot of them will say, okay, well, I'll do as much damage as there are dots on the die. And in some cases, you get a bonus if it's a specific number, or, you know.
Okay, but unless it says that specifically, it doesn't matter. You're just using the die
Yeah.
to cast the
Yeah,
spell.
you're using the die to activate the card.
to activate the thing.
So here's Magic Missile.
But sometimes the number
shit.
on the die
I cast it
interacts
at the
with that.
dark-
Here
Darkness.
and
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
So I learned Magic Missile, and now I can choose. I have 1 slot that is ready to go at the beginning of any fight. Magic Missile's a pretty good one, so I'm going to slot that in, and it'll be ready to go every time we fight an enemy. Like this wolf puppy. I feel like you probably shouldn't fight puppies most of the time.
Puppies.
I mean, do you think a single tiny die could fight a full-grown wolf, though?
It's a good question. All right, so I
Is
got a
it
If
6.
this
tiny, though?
die can cast spells, then possibly.
So check this out. I got a 6 that can be used to cast a Magic Missile. But then that's used up, and I got 2 3s left. So what I can do with those is just make more Magic Missiles. I can't use them this round because I don't have any dice left, but once I get to next round, I might be able to drop a bunch of them on them.
So, your cards, you don't draw at the beginning of a turn, you just have whatever you used your dice to get.
For the
Am I
witch,
saying
yes,
that
yeah.
correctly?
You have the 1 or 2. Well, when you start, you have 1 that you can guarantee that you'll have at the beginning of every fight, and all the rest you have to basically buy from your spell book. And as you go along, you can get upgrades so that you have more spells prepared, but you can also get upgrades that will give you slots that are upgraded slots. So if I drop a spell into the 4th slot, it'll start as like a stronger spell. So it's there's a lot of stuff to figure out. So I can't do much with any of these dice. I can get myself another Magic Missile, I guess. I have nothing that I can do with 5s, so I'm just going to throw them. Not every character can do that. That's a witch specialty.
Gotcha.
And now I've got my limit break because I've been bitten enough times. So the
I
witch
just
is,
realized that Sorry. Go ahead. I just realized I didn't actually say that we were streaming on YouTube.
Streaming on YouTube?
No. We have a community tab.
on
I have a
YouTube, we did
community
not say
tab, and I did not go into the community tab and post, "Hey, we're streaming over here. You should come over here and watch the stream."
It might be
Which I'm
worth
doing
mentioning
right now.
what exactly we're doing with all these channels too. In the sense
Mostly just having an excuse to hang out and talk to each other.
Yeah.
I'd say.
no, but just in the sense that now that the YouTube channel has been split in two, and there's like the produced videos are on one side and the live streams are on the other. So the new channel is still kind of a baby channel, and it needs to get a couple subscribers so we can get a proper custom URL for it. So anyone who wants to do that, feel free to subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
You can also like. You can smash the like
Do
button.
you comment?
Does
Does it really help out?
It does
really helps
actually.
out?
Yeah, it
You can
does,
leave us a
yeah.
5-star review on iTunes.
I mean,
Also,
those podcasts are still on iTunes, probably. So technically,
Yeah, but they don't. I don't think they work. If you haven't already downloaded them, I think those links are broken because they're not.
Oh no, I'm
anywhere.
saying, but because the podcast still exists there, somebody could theoretically
Mm.
leave
Could
a
rate
5-star review
Yeah,
on
I gotcha.
YouTube.
right.
I'm gonna go invade again.
Baby's good, dude.
No, don't you do it,
Don't
Toast. Don't you do it. Oh, you son of a bitch.
I like that both Alex and I started saying "don't," and we were talking about totally different things.
This dude's an asshole. We're gonna lose now.
Only one of you got your wish.
Oh, cool. I didn't even hear that invader come in. Whatever,
me
I got the
neither.
envoys.
When he came in, did he just go?
I don't know why people bother to invade when the primeval has full health. Anyway,
When you killed his
Yeah,
buddy,
yeah.
you start going faster and start going. Doo, 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 doo. Then eventually,
I don't know
you
what
all
the
his buddies, and he was like,
reference is
"Brrrr." "Really?
No, is this Space Invaders or like? What are
Yeah.
you
Hey, wow."
doing? Okay, I guess I did know what you were doing. I just don't know the Oh, cause invade. Okay, now I get it. I was like, I don't know why you're referencing Space Invaders. I'm like, oh, I did say the word invade. Okay.
You said
Literally
this
just-
invader did a thing.
I don't know, man. I'm fucking tired. All right, leave me alone.
So are you guys doing
Got
the
it.
weird like MOBA
No,
style?
don't. Oh god, these guys.
yes, that's what Gambit. Gambit is the weird.
Don't invoke MOBAs, Mike. I'm just gonna pretend that everything Alex says tonight is a reaction to whatever Mike is doing. That's,
Yeah.
That
like,
seems right.
Yeah. 'Cause
Pretty sure that's what's
it's
happening.
funnier that way, I think.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's just the age-old thing of like, dude, if you suck at video games, don't do the thing that requires you to be good at video games.
Right.
Okay,
This
all right,
wizard-
he did it. He did it.
This
all right.
wizard is gross.
Yeah, we're like tied now. We're in
Yeah,
the
The socks keep
lead.
flying off his feet.
I didn't
That's
trust
all-
him, but I guess I should have.
So now I have to decide: do I want infliction or nudge or cauldron?
Nudge, because it sounds fun.
All right, just for Alex. There's a nudge. Now I can make one of my dice be smaller.
Oh,
It's all right. Sudden death.
Got a 6. I don't know. I'm just gonna throw it. Hope this wizard can't do 10 damage to me this turn.
Sure, it'll be fine.
I sound like Eric playing Hearthstone.
so what classes
Not
are
that
in
bad,
this
huh?
version of the game?
Well, you got your fighter, who's the fighter. You got your thief,
Right.
who gets one random ability taken from the enemy pool every turn. You got the robot, who has this weird kind of blackjack system for rolling dice. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, he was like.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
Last time I played the game was when they had just added that guy.
Right, okay. That was supposed to give me a new dice, but I didn't get a new dice. What happened there? What kind of
Mike
ripoff
is
is
the
this?
robot, apparently.
I'm asking you. So then the fourth one is the engineer who was in the beta version of the game that I played. Where you, at the end of your
Yeah, I think-
each fight, you have to take one of your cards and recycle it into like a bonus ability.
Right.
But the engineer in this version gets like a ton of extra items to make up for the fact that they're constantly burning through all their cards.
hmm
And then there's the
I guess
witch. And I haven't seen the last character. There's a sixth character I haven't unlocked yet.
Okay.
Oh.
So that all the characters that are in the game were in the game when I played it, except for whatever that other.
Maybe. But the sweet music wasn't.
No, it looks a lot nicer too.
So here's what I gotta choose. Do I want to have 2 prepared spells every time I start a fight, or do I want to have an upgrade slot? I'm gonna take an upgrade slot, but they're not nice enough to put the upgrade slot in one of the spells that you get when you start the match. So now my bottom right slot, if I put a spell there, it's going to be the better version of it. So if I wanted to get like another magic missile, put it down here. That's not the number that I thought I was doing. Right, we'll do that another time then. There we go. Now I've got a 3 magic missile. Put that here, and this one does 7 damage instead of 5. Oh yeah.
Well, I killed him, but I blew myself up.
We
Referring to what Mike is doing.
Yes.
I know you
Alex
are.
killed Mike, but he also blew himself up with a rocket launcher. And just wait till the stream catches up; it'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's pretty good already. Yeah, so Eric, are you interested in playing the final version, or did you get your fill in the...
No, I stopped playing it because I wanted to wait for it to be like properly balanced and everything. So
Yep, I played it for like 2 hours and was like, okay,
I'm
good.
Probably,
I will wait for it to be done.
I should probably go to itch.io and see if the version I bought is still like gets me access to this, or if I have to buy it.
I think it's supposed to.
Oh, you paid for the beta version?
The version that was on itch.
Okay, because when I played it, it was a free web thing. I think it was maybe the alpha version back then.
Yes, there was a free web thing, and then there was a paid version on itch, and then for the first time in a very long time, Terry Kavanaugh found a game that he wanted to actually like pursue to a finished product.
Right.
I was gonna say, I was looking at his Wikipedia page. It's been 7 years since he put a game out commercially.
Yeah.
I haven't used this burning light thing at all. So,
All right, Alex, we're gonna go do a strike now.
Okay. I just got gloves that are legit as hell. I just want you to know that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Are they going to replace your fake as hell gloves?
My other gloves are also good, but these are good as hell. It's different.
Okay.
I need 15 void orbs.
What'd you call me?
Vorb.
Void orbs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, void orbs.
Mike, you can't kill this fireman. He is way too happy. Just leave him.
I
leave him
can
be.
and I will.
You monster.
Look at him. He's just like the chillest ass fireman I've ever seen.
He is. He's totally down.
He's gonna be totally face down,
Dead.
taking a dirt nap.
Oh man, you just referenced 2 Jawbreaker songs from the same album, Mike.
All right, I'll do my best. Oh no, he's burning me. I don't like
You
that.
didn't even realize it.
Burning sucks.
Actually, no, sorry. Sorry, that's not right. You referenced 2 Jawbreaker songs, but not on the same record. I apologize.
Oh, thank God. I'm glad we sorted that out.
Yeah. Fireman is on Dear You, and Face Down is on Bivouac. So.
I guess it's also like a Twin Peaks reference, and also a reference to the boys in red who save our lives every day and our heroes. It's a reference to a lot of things, really.
This guy sucks.
Hey, I'm doing my best, alright?
That's not the direction the
Now I'm
references
going to pretend
go,
that
Alex.
Alex's response there was to another guy on a team who was yelling at him. And not
We're doing a lot of things with the stuff I'm saying today.
We are.
Well, what else is going on in the world aside from Dicey Dungeons, which is good?
You don't want to know.
Let's not have, yeah, shut
Yeah,
up.
let's keep it
Let's just focus on Dicey.
keep it
Dungeons.
amongst ourselves. Yeah. I wish all we had to do was fight a happy fireman.
Well, this ain't going so good.
It's fine. I mean, he's almost killed
Yes,
you, but
the
it's fine.
evil orange being that's destroying our
This
world is
is not
much
as
more
pleasant.
difficult to defeat. Yeah.
Yikes. Alright, who can I beat?
And away.
At level 2, maybe? Gold Cauldron. Do 1 damage, get an
Where'd
even
my hammer
die.
go? Get back your hammer. Oh, man.
It's better than the regular Cauldron. It's gold.
Ooh.
Cool.
It's right there in the name.
Yeah, seriously.
You get like bonus money for killing dudes with it or something?
He does get
No, it
bonus
just means
soda.
that whenever I put a die into it, it comes out even, which is useful
Soda.
because my main damage dealer is this magic missile that I got. So
Pretty
It
good.
just means it's fucking tacky as hell.
Stereo head.
man,
That's
there's some
a new
good
one.
music in this game. Which I guess only I can hear, but take my word for it.
I've listened to the soundtrack, even though I haven't actually sat down to play the real game yet.
I bought the Steam version that came with the soundtrack, and it was a good investment. Alright, so even numbers are my friend. Let's see, can I get any more?
Eric, I just want to let you know I'm not gonna get hit by this train.
Oh no?
I'm gonna
But
do
the
it. I'm
next
gonna
train?
do it
He's
this
also
time.
not going to bail out for those mufflers. So.
Absolutely not. Oh my god. Yes! That was like the cleanest I've ever done that. Alright. I told you. I told you about fucking trains, bro.
Did you? Did you tell me about fucking trains?
No, those are different.
Check out Alex's
Wow, this
fucking deviant,
Check out his-
Pornhub account.
I was going to say a
deviant art
DeviantArt. Yeah.
page.
Yeah, okay, that's good too, yeah.
Did you guys see the
It's Overwatch characters as trains, and then Alex is fucking.
A lot of
Wait,
tunnels.
is it a
They're
mashup
wearing
of
diapers.
Overwatch and Thomas the Tank Engine, or
Yeah. No.
That
or
great
something
commercial
else.
where Thomas the Tank Engine oozes out of his body.
has there ever
oh
been
god.
like
No,
a
Kurt.
Voltron equivalent, but with trains? Because that seems like it could be a thing. Like
I mean, you're
each,
talking about
each
like
car,
sexually?
Train.
like each car is a thing. Is a different person. They
Be the
assemble
weird,
themselves into a
perverse
train.
pornography you want to see in the
That's right. Rule 34.
How long do you
Yeah.
think? How deep into fanfiction.net or whatever would I have to go to find like a
Not very.
honestly
Not
Tangan
very.
gang
The
bang?
I mean,
Surface.
you know,
Dude,
yeah.
remember when we did a dramatic reading of the
Undertaker,
Kane, Undertaker slash
Yeah.
incest slash fic? Yeah, you don't have to go very
What?
deep.
That's tight.
Huh?
Look,
That
there were
Was that a
multiple-
line from it?
There were
that was
multiple
our-
of those to choose from.
Yeah, that was our
Jesus
100th episode of What a Maneuver we did that for. Right?
What a maneuver.
Alright, I beat that guy and I got a level and I got all my health back, which means I'm okay.
Yay!
I appreciate the very shitty Kermit the Frog. Thank you.
Like, you're welcome. Yeah.
Kurt, how
It's
do you give
de rigueur.
sparks? I can't figure
Oh,
out.
I'm gonna shit all
how
over this
to
guy.
give
Hell
sparks
yeah.
to-
Bye.
Oh wait, no, I
You
figured it
click
out.
on skills.
Yep, got it.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna get duplicate, which lets you get 2 copies of any die that is high.
I'm giving Mike a hype sandwich.
Nice.
Thanks.
You gave him stars
And I'm gonna make duplicate my
and like a
default
chibi.
What the fuck is happening?
Chibi.
What is all this
Marcus
shit
Phoenix.
in chat? Can we make custom ones of those?
It's a hype sandwich. We should be able to, man. I don't know.
Probably not until we get a certain number of followers. or
I'm gonna
whatever.
guess, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably at a certain level or whatever.
I mean, you have to level up before you can even use some of these.
Yeah. Right.
Wait,
Bye.
I'm giving first aid.
I can give a taco.
Yay! I got all my void
Here
orbs.
it comes. Look,
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
I see the first aid. What does that do though? What is
I
that
don't know.
happens?
it cost me almost all my sparks.
So it must be good.
Yeah, it must be.
you saving the screen?
Snarkcast says actually it's Funko Pop Marcus, which is correct.
Well, yes. Right.
Oh boy.
And he sent one of Kate. Yeah, I see that. Nicely done.
I don't know if these sparks are
Also
for
at the beginning it said, "Hey
spamming
Joe," and Joe
random
said, "Yeah."
bullshit.
Oh man, you froze all
Yeah.
my dice. What a jerk.
Yeah, it's really, it's. I'm just doing it because I have points and I don't give a shit about them. So I'm just
Right.
like, I don't know. I'll stick a sticker.
Maybe I should be saving them though, so that
Pizza.
when I hit level 20, I can give the
Put a
one of this
different one on.
dog doing the Fonz pose.
Okay,
You,
bro.
you do get points for just hanging out and like.
That's
doing
true.
Stuff, so
Like I can
So
spend
close.
10,000 for a flying fairy, but like I don't know what. Like what is that?
I don't know.
What does that do?
Oh, I think it's a fairy.
If you die, it'll bring you
Little
back to
info
life.
thing. Summon one of the fair folk. Okay.
If you die and you have the fairy, it'll bring you back to life with like
Ah.
some parts.
oh wow. But you got to keep them in a jar.
Yeah.
Let's find out. We're gonna
That's
do
fucked up.
it. We're doing it.
There they are. Look at that. I'm gonna click on her.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Didn't do
Alright,
anything.
so this is all happening in the
She
mixed
flew into
chat.
my screen and then died.
Yeah.
Yep.
I feel,
Okay.
Tight.
I feel like I
Like
actually need to
monitor.
see what's happening in the chat now.
But,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
sorry,
you-
Mike.
You're
This is,
missing it
a,
all.
this is a good
Missed it
game,
all.
but the chat's stuff's way better.
The chat's a better game.
Yeah.
Hype. That's a hype sandwich. 5,000 volts? What does this mean?
I don't know.
That's how much
I
it
don't know,
costs.
but I know that
to
I'm
do it,
I'm
so.
the leader of On the Sticks weekly leaderboard with 10,700 sparks spent.
I think
I
what
got
I've learned from
68,000
this,
sparks in reserve, man. I could blow you out of the water.
what I've learned from this is
Sure.
that
I don't
Mixer
think you can
fucking
spend.
sucks.
I don't think you can spend
No,
sparks
Mixer-
in your own
This
stream.
is way better than the nonsense on Twitch.
Yeah, and
All of
definitely
it's
better
bad.
than YouTube. YouTube doesn't even have any of this stupid shit.
Let's stream on YouTube.
No.
We
No.
can. I mean,
We did that. We did that.
Yeah.
I sent
I
everybody the key for the new YouTube channel if people want to use it.
Oh yeah, every time one of you guys logs into the to that YouTube channel, I get an email about it because since we all have different IP addresses and different locations
It's
and
like,
stuff.
whoa,
it's like-
hey, whoa.
Yeah, somebody.
That's why I did not link that email address with my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's linked to my phone number. Like, if someone needs
Yeah.
like a code to get in.
That
it's
was
linked
my
to
new
but I
number,
don't-
by
I'm
the
not
way.
getting-
Part of the reason I got so many emails is because I had just changed the number to my new number, and then you changed it to your number, so they're like doubly suspicious of everything that's been happening. Probably.
Okay. I thought that was because it was so long ago. I thought that was your old number.
I literally just changed it when I logged in for the first time.
Oh.
Good thing I never delete any emails because I never would have found the password if I hadn't had that email from 2011 or whatever it was.
Actually,
feel like
when
there's
you
a-
said it, I realized I had that password.
I think there's a non-zero
I had to go
chance
look.
we would have figured out what that password was.
I think it's the same as
Between
the
us.
Twitter account.
Yes.
I don't know if it still is, but it was
was.
at one point. Yeah.
8 years ago it was. I love the shopkeeper in this game.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah, she's real good.
Here is a pretty good spell also. Lets you double your attack. So you can kind of double your strongest attack if you have. So you gotta pay two numbers to unlock it, so it's kind of more expensive.
Does it turn you into an insane cosmonaut?
No. But
Not
get
any more
these
than
out
you
of your
already
hands,
are.
So that's kind of weird.
It does give you a flamethrower though.
Okay, well that's I mean close enough. Close enough.
I don't know if any of these are worth swapping out
Bye.
from what I got right now.
Oh, bye, Alex.
That was
Jesus.
tough.
I was talking to the boss.
You know
No,
what?
you weren't.
Let's just
No.
keep going.
What?
Nothing. The answer is nothing.
Okay.
So
Good to know.
the Dark Pictures is the new thing from the people who did Until Dawn, right? It's their anthology series thing. Am I right about that?
I don't know what any of that stuff you just said means, but yes.
Yes.
I'm pretty
and
sure.
then the new thing from the Her Story guy is also out this week
Yes.
or next week.
Is
Is
that
it
the
out? or-
Erica?
Okay.
Is that Erica? Is that the
Snarkcast,
No, I
you
thought
just
it
made
was-
the list.
Mm.
Oh, have you?
Mhm.
You should
I
look
don't
up the
even know
trailer
what
for
it is.
Erica.
No, not. It's not called. I thought it was called like. Isn't it just called like Tell a Lie or something like
Oh,
that?
maybe. You should look up. Erica is a new FMV game that's coming to PlayStation 4 real soon, and it's kind of
That's the one
Telling-
that we're talking about.
Telling Lies.
Telling Lies.
Oh, that's the
The new one.
the new one
the
from
Her
Sam
Story.
Barlow.
I just have
Okay.
that song in my head now. You know the one?
Little Lies?
Tell me lies, sweet little lies.
I hated that
Yeah.
song as a kid.
Yeah, I hate
Uh,
that too. But there's a Menzinger song called Telling Lies, and now I have that song stuck in my head.
Oh my god, this guy's just freezing all my dice.
Is it Eric? Is it ERIKA or ERIC?
ERICA.
My mom spells it with a K, which I know is the less popular spelling, but
It's like
That's
what
what I
people
go
used to
to.
call me in kindergarten because I used to write my name as Eric A, but it was just like one big long
Oh.
collaboration.
That's actually-
They say Erica and then Snicker.
Yes.
yeah, I got the same thing because I would write Joe D, and people would be like, Jody.
This is the thing. That's I'm finally figured out why
Exactly.
we're friends. That's the thing we have in common.
Look, I made fun of for writing her name and initial and having it be a girl's name when we were in kindergarten or first grade.
I look forward to this fight taking the rest of the stream.
Oh, yeah.
This is a war of attrition.
Except that no one's taking any damage.
The Yeti is weak to fire, Mike.
Yeah, great. If I had a 4, I'd make a burning light card appear and try and use it.
Well, maybe you should get a 4 then.
Maybe I could if
Yeah,
you
just
didn't
roll a
freeze my
4.
Maybe you
dice
could
every
play
turn.
better.
Just
Roll
roll
better.
4. Yeah.
Stop
it's-
rolling shit.
You have a 1 in 6 chance to just do it.
Yeah, I guess you're not really paying attention to what's happening here.
No, Eric, it's not a 1 in 6 chance. He has a 50-50 chance that any number will come up on any roll.
Well,
It's either it does,
It's either
or it
will be a
doesn't.
4 or will not be.
Yeah, or it won't
That's
be.
Fair enough. I need to do 6 heroic public events and defeat like 10.
You have a 50-50 chance of doing
Let's
that.
do it.
So,
You either will or you won't.
That's right.
So I'm watching this trailer, but like the sound isn't on. So this looks like it's a pure FMV game in the like
Yes.
more old school sense of the
Yes.
word, not the same way as Telling Lies, which is
So, like-
her story.
they
where
had
you
the guy
kinda
that did
watch.
the music for that has done music for like that game company for like Journey and some of those things.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Austin Wintory.
And yes, and he was on the Waypoint podcast talking about it today, and that's like I'd heard some people kind of discussing that game, but I didn't really know what it was. And then I watched the trailer, like, all right, I'll check that out. Like they were talking about old horror movie soundtracks.
Oh, nice.
They talked about like Hellraiser, and
Much better.
he talked. I don't remember what.
Such
just like
sights to show you.
like a bunch of weird old movies that makes me think that the guy had like at least the music will be good, if nothing else.
Erica, an interactive thriller. That's, I mean, for $10, I'll probably check that out.
Yeah.
Does it do a VR thing for you or no?
I don't know. I don't know if it does VR or not. I really don't know that much about it.
There's so many games. Like I already feel like this year has been loaded up on really great games, and there's so many more things that I just found out Blasphemous is coming out on like September 10th, and I didn't even think that game was going to make this year. I thought it was going to be bumped until next year. Now I'm like, oh shit, Blasphemous is coming out. And that
You know
looks-
what I forgot about? Is fucking Link's Awakening comes out in a month. I'm like,
Does
fuck.
it?
Oh, I didn't think that was
Does it
coming out
really?
later.
1996
Yeah.
or something.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So hey, guess what? It's worse than you thought when you just said it was really bad and worse than you thought.
I'm
It's even worse
totally
than
down
that,
for that.
which is sort of the general theme of the world since 2016. But anyway,
Yeah. But this is that in a good way, though.
this is yeah.
Like, it's worse than you thought only because you don't have
There's
enough time.
too much good
Too much good stuff.
in this particular way.
Yes, for this one narrow niche case.
Yeah. Damn.
An embarrassment of wealth, an embarrassment of riches instead of just an embarrassment.
I've been blinded in the dice.
Oh boy. Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
It's a fact.
Eric, where you go?
I don't know, where are you going?
I'm trying to catch up to you, trying to figure out where you're going.
There's a public event in the Gulch over here.
There's one literally right here that's starting right now.
Oh. Where? I don't
Easy,
see
bro.
that's not on my map.
Firebase Hades, where I am.
Ugh.
Alright, I'm gonna start shooting at him so he doesn't despawn.
Alright. Go ahead, I'll be right there.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I had a hell of a
This is the
time
one where
doing.
you-
I had a hell of a time doing all of my patrols because there was also like 80 other Titans, and they were all trying to do
Yeah.
the patrols where you have to kill guys. It's like there's no guys to kill because the game doesn't spawn them fast enough.
Yeah,
That was fun.
that's one of those things where you gotta just like spawn into a new lobby and just like hope that it works out.
Oh man, he cursed me. What a tool.
The Cursin Kraken.
Curse him Kraken.
Carly, the
Cursin
Cursin Kraken.
The Kraken's like, motherfucker, Mike, you son of a bitch. Fucking
Seriously.
asshole.
Good thing we rated the stream R.
I show it's teen rated.
Yeah, it's,
That was my one fuck for this PG.
yeah, everybody gets to say fuck once. Make sure you
Okay.
save it.
And I have to keep my pants on?
I'm gonna save
God
my
damn it.
fuck until later.
I mean, there's no video of that, so like, no.
So wait, I see that Snarkcast used a GIF, but I didn't see the GIF. I missed it. I
Yeah, you
clicked
missed
off
it.
the window
That was
did
when I
that.
said you made the list. That's what it was.
Oh, that was okay. So
Yeah.
was it actually a GIF for Chris Jericho?
Yeah.
Okay. Good deal.
Oh man. Stop cursing me, bro.
There we go, 2 heroic public events.
He's gonna move on
Yay.
to Jason instead.
And I just got tons and tons of dice, so I'm just gonna put down some dice and see what
Oh, we can
happens.
go to the one in the Gulch also.
Alright, I'll head over there. What else do you need to do for your gear?
I need 4 more heroic events, and I need to kill 42 fallen.
Sixes.
Oh, that's hella easy. And that's
Yeah.
it for everything?
Yeah, that's it. I played this a bunch yesterday.
Damn it.
Oh, okay. Dude,
So-
we're like gonna get this in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Not
hoping.
even.
I did all the time-consuming stuff yesterday, and right after I got home from work today.
Not if you want to masterwork it, baby.
Well, I don't think that's on. the
Vader.
table for me. I don't think I have time to do that this week.
All right.
I don't know. Would it take it longer or about the same as to go from blue to
Well,
legendary?
one of the Crucible ones is you have to reset your rank, so you have to play a shit ton of Crucible. One of them is you have to 200k in Nightfall. One of them is you have to beat. It's like
that I
super
could probably
hard.
do.
You have to beat this dungeon called the Shattered Throne, which is only available once every 3 weeks. You have to beat it with 1 or 2 people only.
Okay.
I don't
Is it
remember the
available
rest.
this week or?
I'm sorry.
Is it available this week, or is everybody that
No.
doesn't have that just fucked?
You don't have to do it before the week is the end of the event,
Oh, you don't?
but it's next week.
Okay.
I've also never done it. It's supposedly like complicated, but whatever.
Well, we should do it then. Do you have to do it too?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll try it next week then.
Yeah.
Give it a
Fat
shot.
dumb.
So I don't have to. I can still master work the stuff after the week is up then.
Yeah, because it's just literally you go to
Vader.
like as if you were gonna level up your armor like normally, and you
Okay.
just there's just no cost associated with it once you complete the objectives.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Then I might actually be able to do it then.
You know, it
And
says
if
the
you do
Wicker
it,
Man
then
is weak to
when-
fire, but I mostly think you'd be weak to bees.
The Wicker Man?
Mm.
No, the Wicker Man is weak to
Jeez.
fire. It's the guy that's tied inside of the
So
Wicker
he's
Man.
weak-
that's weak to
He's
bees.
weak to druids.
And the guy
is
inside
really
the
what it
Wicker
is.
Man is also weak to fire.
He's weak to the patriarchy. If you watch the most recent one of those.
He's weak to hippies if you watch the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the lyrics to Iron Maiden's Wicker Man, and all I can remember is "Your time will come," and that's not. I can't really come up with any
I think that's Led
like
Zeppelin.
good jokes.
Speaking of folk horror movies, I saw Midsummer last week, and it was pretty good. I don't think it's as good as the original Wicker Man, but if like that kind of thing does it for you, check out Midsummer.
Okay.
Okay.
I've heard good things about it.
Yeah.
Also,
Same.
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And that
How's
was
that?
not as good as Midsummer, but it was pretty fun. I mean, I love those
Oh.
books. Like those books were like one of the first horror things that I got into. Like I was a big wuss when I was little, and I didn't start watching horror movies until I was probably in junior high. But books, for some reason, didn't scare me as much, which you would think.
Books are
Like
very
now-
scary.
Right now, when I read a scary book, it usually scares me a lot more than any movie that I watch. But as a kid, books just I was okay with them, but also I didn't actually watch scary movies, so I didn't realize that they weren't. Most scary movies are not actually that scary, and so like you don't know when you're a kid. But anyways, those Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark books were some of the first books. They had them in my school library. Like I think everybody, probably everybody here, maybe except for Kurt, had
Yeah,
those
not me.
books in their school library in elementary school, and like it's just they were very influential on me, like as a very, very young child, flirting with like the macabre, and that art was nightmare fuel for days, but I couldn't get enough of it. And so
Did you ever fuck the macabre, or did you just fuck with it?
That's a good way to get a rash.
I'm not gonna say there aren't any goth girls in my past. I'll just put it that
You ever
way.
get a little corner macabre? Know what I'm saying?
But the movie was fun. It wasn't. I mean, it's not like a masterpiece or anything, but it uses the source material in a way that is more interesting than if they just did like an anthology movie. Like if they did like Creep Show but PG-13, like that would have been way less interesting. Like they weaved it in a way that I thought was more novel, and it's not a great movie, but the practical effects stuff is really good. There's a lot of practical makeup effects, and the cast is led by this very young actress, and she's really good. And I mean, all the kids in it are good, but she's like pretty outstanding. So yeah, I mean, I liked it. I think if you have any attachment to those books, you'll probably enjoy it. There's some really weird political subtext in it though that feels super out of place, because like it takes place in 1968, and there's a bunch of stuff about Vietnam that's kind of in the periphery, but just enough like out of the periphery to kind of be like unnecessarily distracting. And a lot of like very on the nose stuff about Richard Nixon. Like,
The monsters
On the
are
what
us.
now?
on the nose.
I see
Got a
what
big
you're doing there.
nose.
And
Ricky
it's
Dick.
just like, yeah, and I mean, it's not that I disagree with what I think the filmmakers are trying to communicate with their political subtext. It's just it's like it feels really out of place in this particular movie.
I get it, Joe. You're saying there's
Integrated.
no place for politics in movies.
That's
They wrote-
exactly what I'm saying. Yes, that's
They wrote the script in 1983, and then it just
yeah.
been sent
Well,
around.
also
Bad on
the
it.
thing that muddies the water is like I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's watching and might want to see the movie, but the arc of one particular character at the end feels like it is super inconsistent with the rest of the political subtext, which I think made it even worse because you get to the end and you're like, one character does a thing and you're like, that's really weird given how this movie has treated things to this point. And like I just think that the movie would have been better without that stuff because it was distracting. It was so ham-fisted as to be distracting. But it doesn't pop up in every single scene, and for the most part it's a fun movie, good practical effects. If you're a fan of this source material, I would recommend checking it out. Especially like now, a lot of movie theater chains have this, unlimited thing, and like we have Regal Cinemas by us, and so I have the Regal Unlimited thing. So like I can just go to a movie whenever I want. So especially if you have a thing like that, whether it's Movie Pass or AMC Premiere or whatever, like just go see it. May as well. Doesn't cost you anything.
Well, you know what you shouldn't go see?
Uh-oh.
Our good
Oh
friend,
yeah, that's right.
our good friend Anthony and I finally drove out to see him at his insistence to.
I saw you guys bitching about that. I thought
Yeah,
the movie
I'm
was
actually
fine.
not going to take your advice, by the way, Alex.
No, you're gonna regret it, dude. You're gonna
Marion
fucking
and
regret
I,
it.
Mary and I had fun. It's fine.
Okay.
It's bad. It's very bad.
What are you talking about?
Hobbs and
The
Shaw.
Shaw.
Fast and the Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw. It's a very bad action movie. Like
Oh,
just
really?
incredibly bad. Yeah.
You're the
Are you
guy
guys,
who likes
you're saying you
Escape
should have
from LA,
saved your.
right?
No,
You
because
should've-
Escape from LA is goofy and fun, and this movie thinks it's goofy and fun, but it's just like soulless and boring. Like, it's really bad. The entire movie, they're in love with, like, the writers are clearly just masturbating about how good they are at writing quote unquote witty banter, but it's awful. It's not, it's so bad. And then you're like, well, whatever, the action scenes will be dumb and cool like they are in the Fast and Furious movies. But they're not even good. They're just, like, excruciating, and it's just really, like, there's no redeeming quality to it. It's very bad. So I don't recommend. Right?
Hey!
See, you came at the perfect time, Anthony.
Yeah,
I
did,
love you.
as always.
Anthony Perfect Timing Rogers. That's what we always call him.
That's exactly what I'm called.
At one point towards the end, during the build-up to like the big action
Oh,
sequence,
you're
I
talking
just
about-
turned. Yeah, at the build-up towards the big action sequence at the end, which already felt like 2 scenes too long, or like two big set pieces too long. I was like ready for the movie to be over, but they were just building up to the end. But during the big setup to that, I just turned to Anthony. I was like, dude, do you just want to leave? Because, like, and Anthony was like, no, I want to see how this plays out. It's like the big end. And I was like, but you know it's going to be boring and suck. And he's like, yeah, and then it did. It was
Yeah, I mean,
bad.
you're right.
It takes
Yeah.
it takes a lot. I've only walked out of one movie in my whole life.
I think that's true of
What?
me as well. But I was just kind of like, I
And
don't
I
know.
yeah, it was
almost
not that
walked out
level.
of I
It was
almost
kinda like-
walked out of another one, and I went to sleep during one. Like not fell asleep, but like went to sleep during
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Those movies
It's nice
by
and
the way-
cool and dark in here, so
Right.
might as well
Yeah,
just take a nap.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the one
Take
that
advantage.
the one that I walked out of was the Robert Zemeckis Beowulf CG disaster.
Why did you go to see that in the first place?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of your fault, I think.
So it was at the Dollar Theater, and it was in the summer, which when we lived in Wisconsin, we did not
alright,
have air
alright.
conditioning because not every house is built with central air in Wisconsin. So we were just like, let's go to a movie. This Beowulf thing looks okay. I like Crispin
No, it
Glover and
didn't.
Robert Zemeckis, and
It didn't look
Angelina
okay,
Jolie,
though.
and it
He
was
was
very
young.
much not okay, right? So we went, and like
It was
halfway
dark.
through,
You couldn't see.
I don't even know if it was halfway
It looked
through.
real enough.
Like we just kind of looked at each other, and like I was like, this is really bad. And Megan was like, this is really bad. She's like, you just want to like go? And I was like, yeah, let's just go. Like let's just get out of here. And
Mine is a story of personal growth because the only movie I've ever walked out of was Triple X, and that's because
that movie is not walk
Because it
out
wasn't
for
anything like
me.
the BMX game.
Because yeah, right.
Video game boobs are Anthony's out.
The girl I was dating at the time,
They
and
weren't polygonal
because
enough.
her friend wanted to see it, and then her friend ended up bailing on us, and we were like sitting there, and after 5 minutes, we're like, yeah, let's not be here. And now I feel like I would have probably enjoyed it,
Yeah, that movie kind of rules. Like it's not great.
but I've
It's,
only
like,
seen
no
the first like 10
masterpiece,
minutes
but-
where I was like, all right, whatever.
Yeah,
So,
I mean
I
it's
think-
like aggressively dumb, but like
Yeah,
in a
I'm
fun
sure.
way.
Yeah, but I like that. So
Yeah. I mean, you know,
I came around
Vin
to it.
Diesel plays like an extreme sports dude who gets recruited to be a secret agent by Samuel L. Jackson because he's a cool extreme sports dude. Like it's fucking ridiculous. But
But yeah,
Yeah,
I would
I-
say the only good thing about the movie that you guys were talking about, I can't even remember the name of it, the Fast and
Hobbs
Furious.
and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw.
The
Yeah,
Hobbs and the Shaw, yes.
the only redeeming quality is the last part of the movie takes place in Samoa, and
And Roman Reigns is there, and you're a big Roman Reigns fan.
yes, but also, it's like there's a whole part where they do like
The Winding
Samoan, like,
Cove.
they do like a Samoan like war chant and
Yeah.
stuff before the big battle, and they use a bunch of like traditional Samoan weapons, and it was really nice to see like an actual like I guess
Samoan
respectful
Joes?
of a culture kind of thing in this kind of movie.
Really? Was it
Like,
actually
it was-
respectful?
I would
Yes,
suspect
because
that The Rock, who is himself
The Rock,
Samoan,
who is
probably
Samoan-
would not have been cool with it. if they
I
were
feel
just,
like
Right.
he probably like made it,
It was-
contingent
yeah.
on the contract. Like, I will do this movie if we have a significant portion about how badass Samoa is.
Okay.
But it was
my
like it was
favorite
kind of
thing-
cool to see. So like that was cool, like intellectually, but as far as like the actual action that happened on it, I was like,
Hobbs and Shaw ... was cool intellectually. Anthony Rogers.
yeah, right. I may be the only person to say that.
AnthonyRogers.com.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
think
.net.
No,
Go on. .museum.
you do not provide network connectivity to anybody.
.cx.
Yeah.
.xx.
XXX, exactly.
What was I gonna say? I had something to say about the movie. Oh, I think my favorite thing about the movie is that Jason Statham and his sister, who are supposed to have like grown up together and been similar ages, are played by like Jason Statham, who's like 52 or something, and then I don't remember
Is
the
he
actress'
that
name.
old? I thought
Yeah,
he was
Vanessa,
40.
Vanessa Kirby.
Nope. He's
He's like 50 at least.
Vanessa Kirby.
But then she's like 26 or like 30 at best, or at worst, however you look at it.
52.
Oh, hey, I called it.
It's 52. You're right.
But yeah, it's just like they're not the same.
But to be
they're not
fair,
the
he
same
was
age.
probably 51 for most of the time when they were shooting that.
Oh, that's
Maybe
that's
that
That changes
different.
things
That
a lot,
explains
yeah.
it.
That
Depending
changes
on-
things
yeah,
substantially.
exactly.
What was it? Also, there's a female character in the movie who is introduced sort of as like Jason Statham's girlfriend, and she's like 22 or something, and she's also in the movie for 2 scenes.
Yep.
And she's just there to like make out with Jason Statham one time, and then be like, "I'm important," and then never be in the movie again. It's like, okay. Which I feel like was like a I cannot prove this, but I feel like Jason Statham was like, "Oh, I'll only do the movie if you get me a girl to kiss." You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yep.
That's my Jason Statham. Oh shit! I forgot the mixer thing said no impersonations. Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! What have you done?
Oh,
I didn't
dude.
say
Yeah.
that.
Well, we've been banned, so
Yeah, fucking Joe just sort of glossed over that, but that was literally the only thing I heard him say, which is like, what?
Mhm.
Like, yeah, no obscenities, no dicks, I get it, but then it was like no impersonations. I was like, okay, sure, chief.
I'll
whatever you
never
say.
do that.
Whatever you fucking say. It's okay. My impersonations are so good. That
I was gonna say,
they
It
were
was so
guest
poor
stars.
that they wouldn't call it an impersonation.
Yeah, I was gonna say the opposite.
Guest
They'll
stars.
never know unless you say that they're an
Yeah,
impersonation.
and that's what
It's
I'm
like-
saying. I just,
They're
Jason
just like, is
Statham
Alex having a stroke?
was just on our stream for a minute.
Yeah, he shouldn't have admitted it was an impersonation. Because otherwise they never would have known.
There's another one at Firebase Hades, Eric, if you want to go
There's
back.
one happening right now at the main area of the church.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to see me totally win this round?
I am.
Yeah,
Feel like I
do
was a
it.
wooden
Stake
stake.
on the vampire. I'm glad I put that in my arsenal because otherwise I couldn't beat him.
Is it literally? Is there no way to get like a stake or anything during the fight? You know,
Nope. Well, it's right in front of the boss fight, and I was like, "This looks like I should probably have it," so I equipped it, and it turns out you need to.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that, but I was too busy being in awe of the fact that Jason Statham stopped by our stream for a minute. You know?
Yeah, I'm.
Jason, tell me what do you think of this win that I just pulled out? of
Nobody
Dicey
killed the
Dungeons?
thing. We're not
Is that-
gonna get the heroic one now.
Well, we just leave then.
Yeah. let's
So
just leave.
I would say that
Firebase Hades.
Okay.
I
that
would
your
say
first win, Mike?
Hobbs and
Spin the
Shaw-
wheel,
I
make
won,
the deal,
like-
Mike.
So I actually won my first 2 games. I won with the warrior and with the thief, and I was a little worried at first because if one of these sort of roguelike-y games is too easy, then it gets boring very fast. But this game has a bunch of like episodes you can unlock. So once you've beaten the game once with the character, then you can do kind of special challenge runs. A little bit like this game actually is a lot like Slay the Spire, I would say, in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
meant
it
to be
has like
beatable,
daily
but then
challenges
it's
built
progressively
in.
more difficult.
Yeah, either they give you interesting or weird starting equipment, or they change up the way the rules of the game work, or how the boards are going to be laid out, or what have you. So there's like 5 per character. So I've finished this game 3 times now, and there's like 36 different games to play. So could be a while
Like,
before I.
can you move where your face is on the screen to be like under that guy's hat?
I probably can.
Doesn't
the
really
thing.
work though, because you're not like on a green
You
screen.
must have destroyed it. Oh, it's up top on the right.
There
Yeah, I
you go.
can't make it fit any better than that. Sorry.
Pretty good.
It's excellent.
Also, I'm
Good.
getting
That's,
sweaty.
Mike, now you have to get a green screen, Mike, so that you.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah.
One thing at a time.
All right, got it.
Does he use that with the stinky footboard or?
So Joe,
What?
I would
Presumably.
Yeah.
What were you
Joe,
saying?
I would
Anthony?
say Hobbs and Shaw made me feel the way that I feel like a roguelike with dice would be.
I think
Tired?
the best way.
Tired.
Based
think
on
the
your
best
GIF
way-
reaction to our tweet, tired, I think, is the.
Uh-huh.
The way I felt about Hobbs and Shaw is maybe on like we saw it on like a Saturday or Sunday, and on like a Tuesday I was at work, and then somebody was like, "Hey, what'd you do this weekend?" I was like, "Oh, I went to Napa and got dinner with my friend." They're like, "Oh, did you do anything else?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so." And then I like had to think about it for a minute to be like, "Oh yeah, we went to the movies."
I had a similar thing where I was reading my kid a book and there was a skunk in it, and I was like, "Why have I seen?" Because we saw a skunk afterwards.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that was the best part of the whole night.
I was gonna
That
say that's
actually
the
was
best part of your whole weekend.
It was, but I was
It
like,
kinda was.
I
'Cause you
saw
didn't get
one.
sprayed,
Where did I
so-
see one? And I was like, God, I know I saw one recently. Oh right, I went to the movies. Why did I go to the movies? Oh right, that movie. It left quite an impression.
Seems that way. Well, I'm going to see it this weekend anyway, so.
Well, you're
Yeah,
dumb.
I mean, yeah.
Well, Kurt told me that it's that he and Marion thought it was.
Kurt told you to jump off a bridge. Would you do it?
Yeah, probably.
Oh well.
I
It was
guess we
fun.
did jump off.
I mean,
right?
Kurt's also not telling me to go to the movies. I decided I wanted to go.
I
to
am
the
not
movies,
telling you.
And then
I was
he
just
said-
saying you guys are protesting too much.
I feel like
I wasn't
Hothead-
claiming it was great.
Well,
and
I think
out.
the
you should go
difference,
see it or anything like that.
Kurt,
I'm
the
not
difference between us is I think I was probably let down. I think it's an expectations thing.
It could be.
I'm not expecting much because I think every other movie in that series is pretty much trash. So I'm really not expecting.
I mean,
it.
it's not as good as
I was expecting trash, but I thought it would be
As
like an entertaining.
Fast Five.
Yeah,
It
or
was
anything.
trash,
Yeah,
but it was just trash.
yeah.
I mean, I guess it's trash if you don't believe in family, Joe.
uh-huh. Yeah,
That's right.
Oh no.
I got extremely weepy at the end when
The
Paul Walker
Saw's
drove.
family, as I understand.
the Saw is family. Yeah. By the way, the movie I went to sleep during, just to bring that all the way back, was Kingdom of Heaven, the Ridley Scott Crusade
I could see
movie
that.
starring Orlando
I could see
Bloom.
that.
That
Oh,
movie
wow.
sucks. And we almost walked out of Babel
I was about to say, I like that you didn't walk out of Babel. That's the worst movie I've endured all the way to the end.
It's
Not
up there
good.
for me. I don't
It's
know.
okay.
The worst movie I think I've seen in a theater, the worst movie that I've seen in a theater that I didn't know was going to be awful going in is either Babel or Beowulf. I also did see Alien Resurrection and Batman and Robin in theaters. So
I did see Batman and Robin. That's true.
I saw both of those in theaters as well.
I saw Showgirls at a midnight screening once, but I knew
But you knew what
You
you
knew
were
what it
getting
was.
into. Yeah.
that was
The-
actually fantastic because there was like 20 people at that midnight showing, and everybody just riffed on the movie. Before, like that was before. I mean, everybody knew what Mystery Science Theater was, but there was no riff tracks or like, you know, that wasn't like a thing that people were aware of outside of Mystery Science Theater. But like the whole theater was just dunking on this fucking movie continuously, and it's one of my favorite film going experiences in my life, honestly.
I think one of my favorite film going experiences of my life was when we went to go see Ultraviolet in theaters.
Oh my god.
Fucking late at
What
night.
happened?
Like I think they were.
Why?
Well, first of all, let me say drugs were involved. We smoked a lot of marijuana, and then we were like, let's go fucking see this piece of trash. I believe we drank a little bit too, but not like we weren't like drunk. But yeah, and we're like, let's go see this piece of shit, and like we did, and it was way worse than we thought it was gonna be. Like we knew it was gonna be bad, but man, and great actually. It was a great
You
time.
couldn't be
No.
prepared for Ultraviolet.
I mean, I think about the line at the end where the final bad guy is about to fight Milija Jovovich, and he says, "Oh, you got hemo blood on me. It is on." And I think about that all the time. All the time.
Emo blood.
Do you say
Blood,
that
blood.
at work?
Yeah.
Good.
Anytime,
Can I start
anytime
saying
you-
that at
can
work?
you- Can you give me that pipette? I've got some hemo blood here. I gotta.
I'm not
I say,
supposed to
oh,
get
wait,
one
wait,
at work, but I might start it.
dot,
That's what I get to say.
Alex, are you a phlebotomist?
No, but I do draw blood from my patients. The phlebotomists don't come to my floor.
He's a very
Yes.
good artist.
Not anymore.
Snap.
Also, they don't catch butterflies either.
Anyway, they fight in the dark with flaming
They don't do anything with
swords, and
stamps.
it looks awful, and that movie's great.
Yeah, that movie. Didn't that and the Aeon Flux movie come out like very much right around the same time?
I try not to think about it, either one of those things, except for the hemo blood.
I was gonna say you just told me to think about it all
I
the
like-
time.
I like you. Yeah,
I only think about a very specific.
I'm glad
Tiny
you brought
section.
that up, Joe, because I realized as you said it,
Yay, I
just
did it.
been those two movies as the same movie in my brain.
You did all of it, Eric?
That's it. I gotta get my stuff.
All right, let's go talk to the lady in the
Yay.
tower. You got your cool shit.
Yay! Got my cool shit. I can be a glowy orange fire guy now.
Yeah, baby.
Mike,
in a
you
video
can't kill
game,
this
or-
baby squid. I demand that you throw the match.
Cannot, will not. The squid is gonna
I
die.
also demand that.
I also like to eat squid.
Mike is
what
such
is
a
the
monster.
what is the eye die?
Don't worry, Eric. There's a lot of baby squids.
The squid blinded me with its ink because it's evil, and so I can't tell what this dye is.
Oh, okay.
It's not evil. It's self-defense. You're the evil one.
Well, you know it's
Yeah.
not a 1, 3, or a 5. Apparently.
Yep.
Your spell book looks like you tried to make a dick out of it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. Actually.
It doesn't. He didn't try to. He did. He pulled it off.
Just for you.
Yeah.
Is there no search thing on Mixer?
No.
Yeah,
there's
there is.
not.
Isn't
There
there?
is no.
I mean, it's. I feel like maybe there is somewhere, but it's like weirdly bare. It's not surfaced in a way you would expect. Just go to mixer.com/onthestick.
That's ridiculous. What a
It's
dumbass.
Also, you have to match
Super
the
dumb.
capitalization of the name, or it doesn't find it.
I like the way this game looks.
It looks cool, yeah. Also, it's fun to play.
I'm less into that, but I like the way it looks.
So this, I don't know if anyone noticed how this variant works, but every round I get a randomly selected spell that pops into one of the corners of my available spells. And if I want, I can...
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Let me
glad
see
you're,
it, let
I'm
me
glad you're
see
excited
it.
about that, Eric.
Yeah.
All right. How do I put my
Still
fire
look-
thing on there?
So when you go to the armor on like right click it, and then it's the slot all the way on the right.
Yeah.
Roll of burning dice.
So where?
That sounds cool.
Hmm.
Is that different than a hunk of burning dice?
Oh boy.
I just hurt myself. Thanks, Crucible. What was that for?
It's me, that asshole guy who sucked. Oh, I can't do impersonations. Shit.
Stop that.
That's actually a good
impersonation
You
of me.
still haven't.
If you heard what this guy sounds like, that you would know that is a good impersonation.
Grenade launcher reserves. Sniper
That's good.
rifle. Hand
Grenade
cannon,
launcher.
scavenger, primary ammo,
I
bows.
feel like what you guys are talking about is not matching what I'm seeing on screen.
It is.
Eric, the wizard with socks on.
Yeah, that's Eric.
Yeah.
I'm
the socks come
the
off.
dice.
You're-
I'm the
Whoa.
dice.
Who's Mike?
I'm a witch.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Wait, this armor is not that great, honestly.
Did you get any
Socks.
enhanced perks?
How did he avoid that? What sort of fishy wizard magic happening here?
I don't think so.
You must have gotten something. I think I got like 2, total.
Oh, he's got
Fusion rifle, power weapon targeting, scout rifle targeting, grenade launcher reserves, fusion rifle reserves, like all stuff. I guess I could use that lion thing.
Sounds like you have reservations about your grenade launcher.
I'm like,
Grenade launchers are OP right now. They're like literally the strongest thing in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you gotta get the right ones. But once you get them, it's like you win.
Forget about it.
What's it?
Fuck
I'm a
yeah,
grenade
right.
Way to rely on your noob tube.
Just like, hey, Foomp.
Hey, I'm fooming over here. Get out of here.
I'm a Foomp. But you
Now
can't
he's
get
doing
out
an
of here.
impression.
No impersonations. God
Now
damn
he's
it.
doing it.
It's okay, because it's not an impersonation, because I'm 50% Italian. I'm just being myself. So, like, if they...
That was Italian?
It doesn't matter, Alex.
Hey,
The algorithm
it's
decided
not-
that was not original.
As long as half of every sentence is not.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
He
mean, it'll
can't
be
go over his
discrimination
quota.
if they, like, come at me, you know? So,
Right,
like,
right.
fuck them.
well, I put all that work into this armor, and I don't think I'm ever going to use it because it all sucks.
I think you said
plan.
it was the best armor in the game. You were
I
explaining.
thought so. I thought that like, you would get like some decent perks, but it's all garbojo.
Is it some kind of, like, grenade launcher you can wear?
Shit.
Maybe it should be.
It's like all fusion rifle and it's all for weapons that I don't use.
Shotgun loader's good. Start using a shotgun, baby.
Yeah, but then it's like fusion rifle scavenger and rocket launcher scavenger with that. Like I have better, my other armor is better. It doesn't glow. Too bad I can put the glow on the other armor.
Well, so straight up, I only did all this, and I'm only masterworking it, so I can get the armor 2.01 in October, and then just use that and make it whatever I
I think
want.
that'll be better. Oh right, because
Yeah.
you can do whatever you want with that.
Right?
It's cool looking armor.
Yeah, it looks fucking tight.
All right,
Put a shader on there, and you're good to go, baby.
can you put a shader on?
Yeah, absolutely. That's why mine's black instead of the like red color it normally is.
Oh man, where's the pink?
Yeah, dude. See, now you're getting it. Make it fucking hot pink and ugly
Here
as
we
shit.
go. Yeah, or
Yeah.
orange.
Ooh, yeah, or orange, or some fucking gaudy ass, ugly ass yellow. Let's go.
Yeah. I wish, dude, if I don't know, I can't find Bumblebee anymore. That was my go-to for a long time.
You can pull it from your collections, dog.
All right, this is all very exciting, but maybe we've reached the end of our stream portion for today. Because, I mean, clearly I'm amazing at this game. And,
Yeah,
you're just fucking
you're blowing me
rolling, man.
away.
Yeah, they
I
me
see what you
rolling.
did there.
Mike,
Killing
you're
me.
on a roll.
You know that one of the
Right.
songs on the soundtrack of this game is called Prepare to Dice? That makes me very, very happy.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
I'm
good.
into
That's
that.
a good
Yeah.
name. All right, I'm gonna
Feels
stop.
like a bit of a layup, but it also would have felt weird if they didn't. You know.
It could have made it the subtitle for the game.
That choice is pretty dicey.
At least they avoided that. So I'm
That
gonna
was
hang this
extremely
up
low
for
effort,
today.
Rogers.
Thank you for joining me as we
Correct.
rolled our way through this little look at Dicey Dungeons. A game that I've enjoyed quite a bit so far.
That's good.
Looks good.
I liked it when it was old, and it looks a lot better
Yes,
now.
yes,
so.
you liked it before it was cool. We know, Eric. Resident hipster. I played
Eric
the alpha
Allen.
version of the game, okay?
Indie gaming hipster.
No, I'm just saying it was good back then, and it seems like it's still good.
It's gooder now.
It's
I love
more.
the art style is very nice.
Yeah.
I particularly like the part with Mike's picture in the bottom right.
You actually you don't get that in the game.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What?
Yeah, that's not a thing we can
I'm
offer
back
you.
out.
I'm back out. That's right.
We got a special installment plan I can get you. All right, I'm gonna cut this off.
good.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Mike.